You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
Mic check. Yes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Marcus Harper, and you are listening to the Marcus Harper Podcast. Yes. Pew, 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 pew. Let's go. Pew, pew. Yes, sir. Yes. Now, before we get started, I gotta take a moment and thank God, because without him, there is no me. Believe it. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, hello, good peoples. You still alive? Are you still alive out there 1 week later? I hope you and yours are doing okay. Health is wealth. Life is good. No worries. I know it's rough right now, but it will get better. Joy comes in the morning. And you know how I know it will get better? Because you're better. You're better than that. So keep the faith. Life is good. We'll get straight to it. Let me get straight to the shameless plugs. Have you heard the new commercial yet? Have you heard it yet? Got a new commercial? This is why you have to get Spreaker. To all the new listeners out there, welcome. First of all, welcome to you. The show is sports-centric. The Marcus Harper Podcast is sports-centric. But we are vigilant to everything else going on in the world. We are very vigilant to those things. But yes, the show runs on Spreaker. So please get Spreaker. It runs on several platforms. But if you want to hear it live, it's going to run Wednesdays after the Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker. Spreaker, got a smartphone. Everybody got a smartphone now. Spreaker is speaker with an aura. I'll spell it for you. Spreaker. Get it? Search Doug Stewart. Search Marcus Harper. Whatever. But search it. Follow the Stewart Media and Entertainment page. Follow. It's got a bunch of shows on there. Whole bunch of shows. But follow. Doug runs a show. His show runs 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, 10 to 12, his show runs. And during his show, you'll hear my commercial. Yes, check it out. And then again, on Wednesdays, my show is going to follow his. He may be going to 3 hours, whatever. He'll announce that, but that's why you got to get Spreaker. Get on there, support 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Big announcement soon come. Yes, that's also why I want you to get on there. We got a big announcement soon coming, please. All right, let's get to the sports. Enough with that. Oh, let me get everything else out of the way. If you don't have Spreaker, no worries. If you've gotten a business card from me out in these streets or just heard the show, social media, whatever, SoundCloud. The show also runs on SoundCloud. You can go to soundcloud.com. If you don't get it through your phone, you can go right to computer, soundcloud.com. Search my name, Marcus Harper. The shows drop Wednesday right around lunchtime. So start looking for them right at noon or right around there. I try to give it to the SoundCloud folks just in case you can't get to Spreaker. So Wednesdays around noon, look for the show to drop. I'm on Twitter. If you want to hit me up, I am on Twitter. That's the only social media I am on right now. My Twitter handle is @SplashBrother. That is @SplashBrother. It is case sensitive. Capital S on Splash, capital B on Brother. Splash Brother. All one word, capital S, capital B. Telephone number to the show is 404-806-1416. Again, 404-806-1416. And if you want to email me, advertisers, anybody, you want to hit me up, you want me to discuss something on the show, hit me up. Definitely email me. I'll talk about it. I got you. Email address, mailbagmarcus@gmail.com. Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S. Mailbagmarcus@gmail.com. All right, that's it. I'm done with that stuff. Got that out of the way. So let's get to the sports. If you can see the title of today's show, this week's show, it is Temperatures Rising. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Not outside. It's getting colder outside if you're not aware. It's getting colder outside. But in the landscape of football, college, and pro, temperatures rising. Yes. Yes. And we're almost at chaos levels in college football. Almost. We'll talk about it during the college football segment. NFL, though, yes, we talked about it last week, how, hey, first half of the season is over. We are about to embark on that stretch run. And yes, teams are going to be looking to build momentum. Now is when you want to start playing your best ball. Playing your best ball in September and October does nothing for you. So, yeah, Falcons fans, you saw the game against Philly. In order to be a legit threat, playoff team, all of the above, now's the time where we got to start going on the road with it getting cold and be able to match the physicality, match the intensity of these teams because they are desperate. They are urgent. You have to match that urgency. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Falcons do coming out of the bye week. I brought up the Falcons for all the new listeners. If you're not aware, the show is recorded here in Atlanta, the capital of the South. So for all my folks in Atlanta, we have our own segment. I got you. I got us. segment 285. Stick around for that. That'll be later on in the show where we'll just talk the city of Atlanta. Segment's called 285. I will circle the city. I will address all the home teams. I got us. Braves, Hawks, Falcons, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Georgia State fired their head coach. We'll talk about it. I got us. But I'm going to call audible. Dex, I'm calling it audible. I want to talk about the chaos. Let's talk about college football real quick because the rankings just came out. And the word du jour in college football right now is chaos. And like I said, I brought that up earlier. We're not quite at chaos levels. There's a bunch of teams that had one loss if you followed the college season as it's gone along. But then you had a bunch of teams get to 2 losses, and we knew that was kind of the eliminator. In order for there to be chaos, you're going to need everybody to get to 2 losses and, this, that, and the third. But, and that didn't seem possible until this past weekend, until you had Washington, Clemson, and Michigan go out there and get clipped. Yeah. Now, chaos can hang around. I think chaos has said, you know what? I'm not leaving town yet. I'll stay. I'm going to stick around. We'll kick around that word chaos a little bit more at the end of the show. I got a story regarding chaos and everything going on right now. Right on. But college football, they have dropped the rankings. The rankings have come out. Alabama 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, Clemson 4, Louisville 5, Washington 6. Those are your teams. 2 through 6 all have 1 loss. Alabama's undefeated. They literally have a mulligan if they wanted it. Everybody took their mulligan. Clemson, Washington, Michigan, again, they took their mulligans. So all of those teams in the top 6, except for Louisville, because they're in a position where they're not going to be playing in their conference championship game. And this is where it gets all hairy. But those teams really in the top 6 control their own destiny. We talked about Ohio State and Michigan playing, and the winner of that game probably being in. And with them being 2 and 3, the winner of that game is going to be at 2, and I don't see them moving from there. There is, the caveat out there, should Ohio State win, Penn State will win the Big Ten East, and they would go and play in the Big Ten championship game. And the fact that, Ohio State will not have won the Big Ten, how will that, affect their ranking? Not at all. And if I were Ohio State, again, take care of your business first. You control your own destiny. But if I beat Michigan, I wouldn't be mad having to play that extra game, having to go and play in the Big Ten championship and run the risk of somebody getting hurt or losing. So, yeah, absolutely. Michigan, if Michigan can win, and Michigan really, took it on the chin. They lost to Iowa. We saw how that game played out. But they lost their starting quarterback. And we've seen it. It can be done. We know a team can win it all with a backup quarterback, third-string quarterback. But their hill just got that much steeper. They would have, like I said, Michigan would have to go play in the Big Ten championship game. Washington, again, they're 6. They would leapfrog Louisville and get in if they win the rest of their games. If they win, they think they have a ranked opponent in Colorado. They have a ranked opponent in Washington State, and then they would get the winner of the Pac-12 South, which would be another ranked opponent. But here, I'm going to play it all the way. I'm going to fast forward all the way through it. Again, it's a lot to it. You got West Virginia out there with their 1 loss. But here, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to it. I've got the Final 4 rankings. I'll give you the prediction and how this is going to play out. This is how it's going to go. Final 4 is going to be this. This is in no particular order. The committee will dress it up and make them 1, 4, 2, 3 so they can get their right ratings. We know Alabama will be number 1. I believe Alabama will be number 1. Number 2, 3, whatever, will be Clemson.